Just so you know, my purpose here is to promote the widespread use of homeopathy. So we can start a major grassroots movement so the FDA and Big Pharma and the politicians in Washington that they own can't continue to remove our ability to have free medical choices, because what happens is, right now in Congress, and it's been afoot for years, they want to make it so homeopathy needs a doctor's prescription. And the whole purpose of homeopathy is so everybody can use it for first aid, you know, and that kind of thing. So you do need a doctor a lot with homeopathy, but you need a homeopath. If they say you need doctor's RX, what does that mean? No doctor knows about it, the effective end of homeopathy. And there is no harm in people you know, getting these remedies in low potencies to use them for first aid. Homeopathy is powerful medicine, and used improperly, it could do harm, you know, but for first aid, it's wonderful. And the way to convince somebody that homeopathy works is I tell them buy a thing of arnica, and that's what causes you to believe in homeopathy. I probably should have had you guys move over there so I could look at you. Okay, so this is an interesting thing, a class action suit against Boiron, which is a French company making a lot of our remedies. California Federal District Court certified a class of California residents accusing Boiron of continuing to make false claims about the homeopathic flu remedy that they sell, oscillococcinum. Well, finally, Boiron did win that lawsuit. So it's great, because there's a war and we don't know about it. And I just happened to see this in time for this meeting, so you know, you can keep it if you want, whatever. Okay, and I have another copy if anybody wants it. Okay, so at the time of Abraham Lincoln, as the guy who got me going on this said, the Republicans swept into Washington and loved homeopathy. Lincoln loved it. Everybody loved it. You know, there was a thing called the book and the box, and it was a little book that talked about homeopathy and how to use the remedies, and it had a little remedy box. And for years I've been telling people, go out and buy Dr. Panos's book, Panos, Homeopathic Medicines at Home. Do I have it on my thing?
Yeah.
Oh, good. You can probably pick it up today. She died, but you can probably pick it up today on Amazon. It's like $10 or something. It's great. And then there's a website, which I want to show you. I don't know how to get hooked up to your internet.
It's the integrated 2-4.
Okay. Does anybody know how to do this? Do you, Dory, by any chance, know how to do it?
Well, I say
Yeah.
that, but
Oh,
You should be able to go to the top right.
you know, because there's got to be something here. Can you pause the thing?
oh, not a touch screen, yeah.
Integrated, okay.
Yep, and then
You know how to pause it?
239
Yeah.
425.
There are some websites I want to, you know, introduce you to tonight. Okay, so that's great. All right, so, okay, and I also was going to say you can't blame your doctors because they just operate within a certain box, right? I never knew the definition of paradigm. It just means a box, a certain way of looking at the universe. So here you have American medicine, right? And it's in this little box here. And it says that you have to use drugs to be healthy. And it says that you don't need supplements, no supplements, because your food is very healthy. Right? No supplements because your
Right, 'cause
American
Cheetos are full
food, our American food is very healthy, okay? That gets into another thing about soil erosion, which we probably won't go into today, right? So, and they hate acupuncture, they hate homeopathy, they hate a lot of things that they don't know or understand. Now, in this box were also, 100 years ago, the doctors who were killing women that were giving birth because they would come in with filthy hands from the barn or wherever and sticking them up in their uteruses. So women were dropping like flies. They were just dying in childbirth. And this is all historical. So this one doctor, Harvey was his name, I can't remember. But he came along and said, wash your hands, right? They crucified that man, and this is all part of medical history. You can Google it. So basically, they crucified him, and he died a shamed man, blah, blah, blah. But he changed medicine, modern medicine, because then people started, after he was dead a long time, to wash their hands, and the whole idea of the germ theory and yada, yada, you know, sanitation took hold, you know. So they crucified their own who tried. There was another guy who wanted to use ether for surgery, and they crucified him as well. They wanted to do people awake, and there was a reason for that. Okay, so that's that box, right? So then there's another box that's open-minded. This would be what Hahnemann termed allopathic medicine, right? He called it, that's from a German word that means the same. And then you've got, you know, homeopathic medicine, right? And the term allopathic has now come to mean our standard, you know, way of looking at the universe in the United States, that, you know, you have a inflammation in your joint, so you take an NSAID or a steroid or rub on cream to stifle the inflammation, but you don't look further to see why there's inflammation, what can I do about it, okay? So their idea of preventive health is, if you have high blood pressure, take a drug. If you have high cholesterol, take a drug. And the alternative view would be, let's look at you. Look at your body, your mental, spiritual, emotional makeup, your life, the stress in your life. Let's look at all that to figure out what can we do to lower your blood pressure. Look at your diet. What can we do to lower your cholesterol? And some people go even further, do testing for heavy metal, because now we find out, oh, this guy has a lot of cadmium or mercury or whatever, and that's the root cause of your problem. So instead of putting a Band-Aid on it, you get to the root cause. And you might have a level of mercury in your blood, you're fine. She might have it, and she's all the time sick. You know, so it just varies. Okay, so alternative or holistic, right? Alternative or holistic. This is where a bigger board would be good, but I didn't have one. Okay, I didn't want to spend $50. She told me I needed to give it to Craigslist. But anyway, EDO, whoever, DVM, right? Chiropractor, chiropractors are holistic, but anyway, we choose to look outside the box. Why did I do it? I did it because I wasn't serving my patients. I wasn't getting what I need. I wasn't helping them enough. So I reached out and I looked for other things, right? That's how we all get into it. We want to do better. So now we're in this box, big box, right? It includes this. We can see their point of view and explain it, right? They cannot see ours. You see the difference? They're stuck in that box.
Yeah.
We're in a bigger box, you know? So you can't yell at them. They're just, you know, the AMA was actually formed, again, this is historical, to put homeopathy out of business. And like 110 years ago or so, the homeopaths started fighting with each other and contributed to the demise of homeopathy. Luckily, somebody in the 1930s, around there, got the FDA. He was smart enough, bless his heart, to get the FDA to start the homeopathic pharmacopoeia, so they cannot say that homeopathy is not medicine. It is regulated by the FDA, which protects homeopathy, the manufacture of the remedies, okay? All right. The motto inscribed in the Homeopathic Domestic Physician, that was that book that was around in 1866, and that quote is, "The greatest triumph of a science is when it becomes the common property of the people and thus contributes to the common weal," W-A-L, which means prosperity, well-being, happiness, you know, general success. So another thing that tells you the difference between holistic and, because I feel that's very important. People use the word homeopathy, holistic, and herbal. They use it all for the same thing, you know? So it's like calling these three women Brittany. That's what it is. They have nothing to do with each other. But these three women, they're all Brittany. You know, it makes no sense. And it drives me up a wall. So holistic is the way of looking at the universe. I am a holistic also integrative practitioner. I don't care where I'm gonna reach, depends on the patient, the age, the lifestyle, the owners even, right? So I will integrate whatever I'll take, acupuncture, chiropractic, food, penicillin, whatever it is, okay? So, now that's an integrative person. A holistic person, people think you can't use drugs. And a lot of holistic practitioners feel that way. I don't care, I'm dealing with dogs and cats, I wanna make them happy. So if I'm dealing with a 15-year-old dog, yeah, I'm gonna use drugs to take care of that dog's pain if I have no other alternative, okay? But, so holistic means you're looking at the person from